Good afternoon, everybody. I have a bit of an announcement today. In case you haven't heard, we are leaving Los Angeles. Yep. Kim, Gus, and myself are picking up and moving to Seattle, Washington, and we couldn't be more excited. I apologize in advance for my disheveled look. We're literally in the process of packing up everything. Our movers are coming in less than 48 hours. After being in Los Angeles for 10 years, I'm picking up and moving back to Seattle, Washington. And I'm so excited, guys, I'm so excited. Over the coming days, I hope to give you a little bit more insight into my life in Los Angeles, what kind of led to the Ginger Runner, how things have progressed over the last few years. This poses a unique opportunity to literally widen the view and share with you guys a little bit of what goes on behind the scenes as we make our big move to the Pacific Northwest, picking up and starting some new adventures. By the way, this might be your first look at the studio and just how small it is. But first, let's go for a run, shall we? Okay, so I'll just go for a run. Good. Stories are always better told while running. So why, in October 2007, did I move to Los Angeles? Well, we actually need to go back a little bit further in time. I grew up in Seattle, went to University of Washington, studied communications, which basically means I got a degree in beer. But right out of college, I got a great job as a graphic designer, worked my way up through the ranks, became an art director at a fantastic game company. All the while, I was performing improv comedy almost every single night of the week, multiple times, at a small theater called Jet City Improv. And it was there that I fell in love with performing, entertaining large crowds, and the art of comedy. Over the years in Seattle, there was just this tiny voice in the back of my head that says, if you want to do this, if you want to perform and entertain more people, you have to move to Los Angeles. I was really hesitant to pick up and move my life because I had a great day job, had a lot of fun performing for local crowds at night, but I knew if I didn't move at that time in my life, I never would. In retrospect, I was young. At the time, I felt like I was old, and there's no way I had a chance in Los Angeles. As an actor, as a performer, as an entertainer, in my mind, I believed that it was a city and an industry catering to the young, but no matter what I told myself, I still felt the urge to move. Now, 10 years later, I'm realizing I wasn't that old at all. Now I'm old, but I know I'll get older. So I gave up everything that I had at the time. Quit my job, sold my home, sold off all my furniture, all my belongings, went down to just a few basic necessities, packed it into the back of my car, and drove to Los Angeles. I'm officially moving at this point, and I will be starting my job middle to late October in Los Angeles. It's a big, scary step. I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing, but you know what? That's what life's all about. So for me, moving here was one of the best decisions I ever made. I will never regret moving to Los Angeles. I would have always regretted not. At the time, I just didn't have much to lose. I could take chances and pursue things I thought were impossible. And I'll tell you what, this city has everything. Los Angeles is incredible. Amazing comedy scene, amazing improv, television, movies, commercial, theatrical, music. I mean, if you have a dream that you want fulfilled, this city has the opportunity. I'll tell you what else. This city is crazy in good ways and bad. And I promise I'm gonna actually tell you a bunch of really interesting stories over the course of this series saying goodbye to Los Angeles. So you're gonna wanna stick around. So over the course of these 10 years, in Los Angeles, I've done more than I ever could have imagined. TV, movies, commercials, everything. I've had incredible opportunities. I've met countless incredible, talented people, wonderful friends, have worked with some of the most creative minds I've ever experienced, and been able to find an entirely new path in life, a new source of happiness through the Ginger Runner. So I'm excited to share some of these stories and experiences with you. And what I hope we get out of this is one, maybe something for you guys to look at and be inspired by. Maybe some little bit of motivation to help you change something in your life to find a little bit more happiness, confidence, or to embrace that doubt. But I also hope I have something I can look back on and relive some of these incredible experiences I had in the city. I'm realizing I'm also getting into serious tick territory because this trail is completely unmaintained at this point. I'm perfectly at my turnaround point anyway, so I'm gonna turn around back downhill. I mean, Los Angeles is just this incredibly beautiful city. And you wouldn't expect it to have so much nature right at its back door. We're in Griffith Park, which is where I spend most of my time trail running and training, just because the access is fantastic. But you got mountain ranges surrounding the entire city. If you need altitude, you got it. If you need beaches, you got it. So then the big question remains, why would I leave Los Angeles? I promise you, I'll answer that in a future episode. While the weather is great, I assure you, that's not all there is. I'm realizing that because I haven't run in the last couple of days since we've been packing up, this is the first run in a long time and I've just kind of let myself go. So I gotta get back home. Still so much left to do. All right, I'm almost at the end of the run where I'm gonna meet back up with Kim. I brought a surprise. Oh, look who it is. Hey, bud. I brought you wonderful gifts, wine and donuts.
Wine and donuts.
You got them?
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. Hi, Gus. Aw, buddy. Aww. And this is essentially all of our stuff. The movers are actually coming tomorrow. We have the last bit of stuff to pack up, tape into boxes, and get ready to ship off to Seattle. Kim and I are actually going to stay in the city for a couple more days beyond the actual movers taking our stuff. So we have lots more stories to share. I'm going to show you lots of our favorite places in the city. And I'll be totally honest, it's quite an emotional time for me to say goodbye to the city where GNGRBTS, this entire thing started, where I spent so much of my life. Am I anxious? Yeah. Am I excited? Beyond comprehension. So I hope you guys enjoy these next few GNGRBTS episodes. It's gonna be a fun time while Kim and I are still here in the city. That is it for this. I gotta start getting ready to say goodbye to LA. It's gonna be hard.